here we are. Sunday morning. My coffee on the porch. My Christmas coffee mug that I love so well. And you'll hear my killer because she doesn't like people that drive by, walk by, run by, come within a 3-mile radius of our home. She doesn't like it at all. So, I thought this morning's coffee on the porch, we would just kind of discuss a lot of different things. A lot of things have happened this past week. Wow, there's been another school shooting. There's been, I think we're up to 6 or 7 shootings here in my city within a matter of 3 or 4 days. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Your package went out yesterday, so you should be getting that. But we actually have a really bad problem with gun violence in my city. And my city is, I live in Indiana. It's the second largest city in the state. It's always had a problem with gangs and violence and drugs and shootings and all of that, but it's ridiculous. It's not even, as my friends used to say, it's not even hot out yet. Y'all shooting up the city. In fact, they had a shootout in front of the mayor's office and where the prosecutor and all the high ups in the city, where their offices are, a couple days ago. So these people are really, really brazen. And we live in a subdivision that I'm sure if you followed me for long, this was my mother's home. Whoa, sorry guys, I'm not used to being live. Way to shake you up on a Sunday morning. And she left the home to me and my son. Hi, Amy. Thank you. I'm doing well today. It's cloudy and it's supposed to rain this morning, but then they're saying sun this afternoon. So I've got to make a run to the beauty supply and make some quick stops here and there if I get the gumption. Who knows? My energy lasts for about as long as my memory these days. But anyway, so my husband was working last night and he picked up a weekend job at a gas station that's just like less than a mile from our house. It's just up the road. And last night, a young lady came in wanting to know if they sold roses, meaning the little roses in the glass little containers that gas stations sell or used to sell, which some of you may not know, those aren't really made for you to buy the glass roses or the roses in the glass. Those are actually crack pipes, incognito. And usually no one sells them unless they're in like well, I don't know that anybody sells them in Fort Wayne anymore, but apparently somebody does, because she came in asking my husband if for roses and Brillo pads. Now, you know what that means. If you don't, I'll tell you. That means crack. So, being that we are only not far from this gas station, my husband came home this morning and he's like, "Are you sure you want to wait a year to move?" And I said, "Why?" Because we had planned on selling the house next summer and moving south. I would love to move to Atlanta, but we're probably going to end up moving to Florida or southern Georgia, North Carolina. Some of you know I am Cherokee Indian, so North Carolina would be the best place for us to move to, because I have contemplated giving up my U.S. citizenship and becoming a member of the actual Cherokee tribe. So that would be a better location for us. But I would love to move back to California, but the cost of living is crazy. No matter where you go in California, it's crazy. So he said this morning, "Are you sure you don't want to sell the house this summer? Because when I have people coming in the gas station wanting glass roses and Brillo pads, that means it's not too great." And I said, "I don't really want to do that. I don't want to move yet. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to sell this house. This is all I have left of my mother besides her ashes, and she worked so hard her whole life to build this house. It was the second house built in this subdivision. And unfortunately, there is a stone quarry just down the road, which has been there since I was a little girl. And they would blast for limestone. You'd hear the houses shake. When I was a little girl, no big deal. But they have since bought an old high school, and they're blasting closer to our houses. And when they blast now, the whole house sounds like, I've been in earthquakes in California that did not sound as bad. So, I don't know. We've got a lot of thinking to do and a lot of options to weigh. They say Fort Wayne. Oops, there I go. Yep, I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, everybody. Is one of the most economical places to live in the United States. What they fail to tell you is the crime rate here is off the charts. So if anybody's thinking about moving to the Midwest, to Fort Wayne, Indiana, do your research. Don't listen to what the mayor is saying. Don't listen to what all of the city officials are telling you or all of the newspaper write-ups that you're hearing, because it's dangerous. It is dangerous in this city. And you don't even have to know anybody. You don't even have to be involved in anything, because bullets have no names. And I know people that have been shot and killed because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time at the wrong stoplight. At the wrong stoplight. Last week they were shooting at stoplights, and it's just crazy. But if you live somewhere other than the Midwest, somewhere warm, because of my autoimmune disease that I have, it would behoove me to live in a warmer climate. Preferably a warm, dry climate like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. But I love the ocean, and I want to be close to the ocean. That's one thing my mother loved, was the ocean. My son loves the ocean. He wants to go to Florida. He's been wanting to go to Florida for years. One of our other options was Alabama. I did find a house in Fairhope, Alabama this morning that if this house would sell within the next month, we would be packed up, lock, stock, and barrel, and on our way to Bama. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. I had posted the other day on Facebook, what's the cost of living in like the U.S. Virgin Islands or Costa Rica or anywhere other than the 40, well, even Hawaii's way, way, way too expensive. I've been there. It's crazy expensive. But if you could choose anywhere in the world to move that's inexpensive, where would you move? And if you could suggest to me somewhere else to move in the United States that has a decent cost of living and a low or lower crime rate and is beautiful, not a lot of traffic, not hard to get around. Even Atlanta, to me, is not hard to get around because you have the freeways everywhere. And it was the same way when I lived in Chicago, when I lived in LA, when I've, temporarily lived in Miami before. It was like it didn't bother me with all the traffic because you could get to where you were going fast. Here in Fort Wayne, there are no freeways. It's one-way streets. It's tons of traffic. It's 45 minutes to get from one side of town to the other. It's stop and start. The lights aren't synced. It's crazy. And yes, me being me, 9 times out of 10, I will cut through the parts of town where all the shootings and everything is happening just to get to where I'm going on the other side of town faster, because I hate traffic. And the older I get, the worse I am at driving. So, next topic of conversation. What I would like to share with all of you is I may have mentioned it in my last video, but we now have my son, my husband's 17-year-old brother living with us permanently. And he is doing great, and I'm excited to have him here. He and I have a blast. We listen to music. He gets a kick out of me trying to dance, although I can dance. But to a 17-year-old, I'm just an old lady. So, you know. But things are going good there. My son is out of school for this year until the fall. He is working on designing his own clothing line. He is working on customizing Nikes. He is an art major, if anyone did not know that already. And let's see, what else can I fill you in on today? I don't know what else to fill you in on today. A couple times this week I was going to film like when I'm cleaning my kitchen, which I usually do early in the mornings. But this morning I thought I would wake everyone up, and hubby had just gotten home from third shift. I didn't want to wake him up. My little brother's still sleeping, and I thought my son was still sleeping, and he left last night with his friend to go play video games at his apartment, and his truck's sitting in the driveway. And I went in his bedroom to get him up to say, hey, can I use your keys to go to church this morning? And he's not in his bedroom. So he didn't come home last night, which he knows, even though he's almost 21, if you live here and you're not going to come home, let me know. Send me a text, whatever. And he didn't. So, yeah, Mom's going to confiscate his truck today. I'm going to church. And I sent him a text and told him I'm taking your truck to church, and I would have appreciated a phone call or a text to let me know you weren't coming home last night. The way things are right now, I want to know my son's safe. So, but anyway, thank you for sharing coffee on the porch with me this morning. I apologize, traffic going by. I will try to post a little more often. As you all know, as I explained in one of my past videos, I do have bipolar and chronic depression. And I've been having a really hard time with my autoimmune lately because of the weather. When it gets damp and rainy, my bones and joints just do not work. And there were 3 days this past week where I spent most of it watching reruns of SVU and Blue Bloods and anything else that was on TV, because I just couldn't get up and move around. But I feel pretty good this morning. My friend who's a DJ did a Facebook Live, so I got my kitchen cleaned, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And hubby is sleeping. Little brother's sleeping. So I'm good. And I hope you, thank you, Kelly, you enjoy your day too, honey. Thank you for subscribing. And please, if anyone is here for your first time, please subscribe and show your support. Give my video a thumbs up. Tara from Tara's Local Inspiration, she and I were struggling with our channels. And unfortunately, when I lost my mom, I kind of fell off the radar. She kept doing hers, and she kept doing lives, and she has over 1,000 subscribers now. So go check her out and give her some love. And until next time, I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.